Welcome back. The Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show is on the air as DCTV Sports is on the road with the Defiance boys, Liberty Benton, next round of the playoffs. Survive and advance. Basically, you're playing for the right to wear the uniform one more time. And the Bulldogs took care of Salina in their opening round. It is almost a mini conference tournament when you take a look at Salina and now Wapakoneta. These two teams not unfamiliar with each other, as the Redskins knocked off Springfield in their first round. They had to wait an extra day. They played a night later. But with that said, guessing probably enough oil in these guys' joints, 24 hours isn't going to make that much of a difference. He's become the good luck charm. Coach Lehman says if they win, my guess is you're going to keep getting a microphone, whether you're going solo or you're going to share it with somebody. Kahlil Ligon joining us. You okay with that?
Totally fine with me.
Totally fine with that. He's chill no matter what gym he plays in. I guess first things first, before we go ahead and preview the Redskins, let's review. First half versus second half, you guys look like a completely different team. Now you tip your cap to Salina. They kind of set the tone that they wanted to. You knew that they were going to want to make it as slow as molasses in January. What was the difference in a 9-point win between the first 16 minutes and the second 16 minutes?
Definitely we got up in pressure. The pressure significantly helped us, and then I also say the rebound. And the rebounding, we started to get more rebounds second half, and that limited their opportunities for second chance points, and I think that's what really helped us get over the hump a little bit there.
Now you tip your cap to them because this just in. Other teams are well coached. They're playing and practicing hard as well. One thing that they did, I don't want to call it a deke, but for a lack of a better term I will, they would vacate and fill on the weak side quite a bit. They ran the slip screen to perfection in that first half. And yet, even though they got the tempo they probably wanted, you still had the lead at the half. Was there any fiery halftime speech or just a matter of keeping it cool and here are the adjustments we need to make, and then you went out and did it?
Definitely hearing the adjustments. I think we were just thinking a little bit too much on what to do, and we were getting out of position a little bit and not communicating as much. So coming out of halftime, we knew that they were doing that ball screen basically that whole entire first half, and we needed to fix it. I think we did a little bit better in the second half. We still need to adjust on it, I feel, a little more, but I think that's what we've been working on these last few days and really improving on our gap defense, help side, backside, help
You
side.
beat me to it. I was going to say, we talk offense quite a bit, and that's what makes the highlight reels at 6 and 11. But this team defensively has been staunch this season. As a matter of fact, less than a handful of teams have scored more than 50 points against you guys. I don't think you get the credit defensively that you probably deserve, but how long did it take for that chemistry to build? Because it's one thing to have help side defense, you got to help the helper. I'm watching this Defiance team now at the end of the year, and everybody's just kind of moving as one. How long did it take to develop that?
Honestly, I don't think it took long because I feel like we kind of shocked a lot of people how tough we played defense, and I think we just everybody understood what everybody was like, starting to get like moving defensively, shifting and whatnot, and so we just know we had to play. That's the biggest thing Coach Lehman says. Don't be a robot, just play and see where the openings are, and then that's when you just move and communicate.
Let's talk a little bit about attitude. Just coming off a very intense practice, very productive, but at the same time, it doesn't seem like these guys are wound too tight. How do you strike that balance of staying focused but staying loose at the same time?
Coach Lehman always is a big guy on. We got to get out here and compete against each other every day because that's what's going to help us and prepare us for the game. But he also wants to make it a little fun for us. We got to play loose, and I think that's when we play at our best, and I think he knows that. So when we're playing loose, I think that's when we're just at the top of our game.
Let's go ahead and talk about Wapakoneta. No stranger to him, another WBL opponent. You played him on this very court way back in December, and it was slow going. We were joking about it. First one to 31. We were right, even though we were kind of kidding. You only gave up 26 points. You anticipate that style of play. That's what they want again this time around. How do you counter that?
I think we just need to move the ball. I think we just need to be a little more aggressive, attacking them a little bit more inside and out shots. They play real good. They're really well coached, really good at playing gap defense, but they're going to try and force us to shoot a little bit, make us shoot a little bit. But I think if we don't settle for threes and whatnot, get it into the paint, get our kickouts, then start dishing it down off of cuts and everything, I think that would just counteract everything they want to do.
You beat me to it. You anticipate it sounds like they're going to wall you off. Now, obviously, everybody comes out and probably checks Cy beyond the perimeter. You've had some bigs. You're obviously a little bit of a matchup problem if you're going to have a guy size-wise. He's got to have quick enough feet. But is this just a matter of guys need to know what's a good shot for them, and if it's there, go ahead and take it?
Yeah, that's I think the biggest thing. I think we sometimes have guys that I think everybody on our team is really good shooters. I think they just get a little bit in their heads and lose their confidence a little bit. But every time I think everybody steps in their shots, we have the best shooting nights we have. I remember early on in the season against Paulding, I think we had a struggle against Rossford first game, but then Next game we came to Paulding, everybody's ready to shoot, and we just filled it up, and that was our best shooting night of the year.
There's nothing wrong with getting downhill, maybe getting a foul and getting to the free throw line,
Yes.
too. You guys have jump-started your offense quite a bit at the free throw line this season. Can you do that again?
Definitely. We have pretty good guys that can drive. Everybody can drive. We're strong with the ball. So I think if we get to the free throw line, like you said, it just opens up everything, creates more problems inside, which helps open up the outside and inside game. So
This is a question I know we talked about early on in the season. I wanted to wait until after the postseason got going, but let's talk about goals. So one thing to want to win a conference championship. Now it's about winning a championship. You guys openly talk about how far you want to go, what your expectations are, or do you just take it one game at a time?
definitely one game at a time. I know it's always anticipation to look ahead and see what your big goal is, what you want, but sometimes you just got to slow everything down, go one game at a time, and that's what's going to get you past and get to that point where you want to be.
One game at a time, one quarter at a time, one possession at a time. That's the goal against Wapakoneta.
Yes.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Again, Kahlil Ligon, our player profile. Don't go anywhere. We're back with more of the Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show right after this. You're watching DCTV Sports.